Hey guys, Frosty the Dark here, and this video is going to be part of a series that I'm going to be putting out for some fundamentals of the game No Man's Sky. I'm starting to do a little bit more voice work in my videos, if you haven't noticed, so if you like that, just let me know. If you want me to go back to unedited videos, which I can't really imagine why you would, just let me know that as well. But yeah, I'm going to be touching on some basics for games, and if it goes alright with No Man's Sky, I'll continue with other games. So today I wanted to talk about money in No Man's Sky and how it works. So if you've played the game at all, you've probably noticed that going to different merchants or vendors can yield different pricing for various materials. You might mine plutonium on one planet, and the trade terminals there will give you maybe +3 or +4%, and that same plutonium in a different star system might yield, -1% or -2%. So the game kind of has an economy about it, and to get the most for your materials, you want to find a planet with the best pricing available. And to do that, you want to find a star system that's offering you essentially double price for the material. That's a star system where that material is in high demand. You'll see a star on materials that are in high demand, and basically they're offering, I think I've seen it up to like 130% bonus for those materials. And so those are the kind of vendors you want to look for if you're trying to get the absolute most for maybe your Atlas stones or some of the other rare materials that you have. One of the fastest and easiest ways to make money that I've found, legitimately at least, is if you manage to come across a high security planet. Those tend to have rare resources just laying around. If you look at some of the video footage accompanying the video, on this planet, for example, they were just Gravitino balls laying around on the ground, and I was able to just run around and pick those up and sell them at the various trade terminals. Now, in most circumstances, price margins tend to be the same among a single star system. So, among the planets and the space station in a single star system, if something is in a favorable position, maybe you're getting +3% at one trade terminal for plutonium, going to another planet or the space station there is probably going to have a similar plus for plutonium. There's not a whole lot of disparity between systems. So if something isn't high in demand in the station that you're at, and you have a lot of that item, you might want to look into going to a different star system to find a place that does have high demand for the material that you're trying to sell. So for example, had the Gravitino balls in this star system that I was selling been maybe -30% for this particular star system, I could have gotten on my ship and left to another star system where I might get potentially up to double price for them. And these sold for, I believe, about 20 to 30,000 a piece. So filling up my inventory with those was pretty profitable for this planet. And that's the kind of stuff you want to look for. And so lastly, I kind of just wanted to touch on who you can actually sell to. Obviously in the space stations, there's a galactic trade terminal. Anytime you go on a planet and there's a building with like a landing pad on it, there's a trade terminal there. Sometimes out just in the wild, you can actually find save points that have trade terminals just kind of floating out in random locations. And lastly, on space stations, the people coming in and parking their ships, you can sell materials to them. And between those, I have seen a little bit of difference between what the star system is and what their pricing is. I have found double price with a few of them, and the terminal might not have that. So they're always good to check out if you have a lot of rare materials. But yeah, that's basically it. It's pretty straightforward. Basically just try and look for green numbers whenever you're selling your stuff. If you're for price points, like kind of what you want to be shooting for, it does get very pricey to upgrade your backpack. I suggest going for that right away. just because once you have it for the rest of the game. It maxes out at 48 slots. For ships, the most expensive one I've ever seen was, I think, 48 million, and that one was, I think it was 45 slots. So I'm guessing max inventory ship at 48 would probably be 55 million, something along those lines. And then you kind of just want to have some walking around money for when you're strapped for materials. It gets a little bit old having to actually stop on the planet every time you need, you know, an isotope or something. So it is nice to have some cash just to be able to throw around. So yeah, hope you liked the video, and I'll be making some more for some more fundamentals of No Man's Sky. Thanks for watching.